coupled motor here, substantial size about it. This unit, as I understand, it's really only got the one system that's ever attached to it, the hard hose gun, is that correct? Yes. So it's not as though we're swapping between systems, which we sometimes see in districts like this, where we've got scenarios where we're going to drive a pivot, or we might have some flood situation, then we have a high pressure gun, and obviously trying to get a pump and motor combination that works across all those scenarios is quite a difficult task. And that's where VFD drives can come into their own, when you've actually got to attack three completely different duties, which is not the circumstance in this place.
Just on those variable speed drives, and I hope that you ask plenty of questions about that sort of stuff later, but you know, recently I did about 20 pump evaluations that had VSDs on them, and out of that 20, unfortunately, there was about 13 that just wasn't really the right way to go about it. It wasn't that they shouldn't have had variable speed drive, but there was a combination of things. Some of them were that the pump wasn't very suited to variable speed drive. There were some cases when the range that it had to work in was too great. Would have been better off with two pumps and a shared drive between two pumps. There were some cases where and these were groundwater ones, where they would have been better having a low head high volume pump coming out of the ground and then a booster pump at the top, because they just only had two duties. One was to run an irrigator, or one was to do banks of flood. So the VSD though does have some things that are of benefit, and that's more about the power drawdown when on startup. There's in some of these ones that I've seen, you know, we had situations where the pump was running either at 50 hertz, which is the full speed that a motor will do, and they were trying to run them down to 22 hertz, which is nearly half the speed, or less than half the speed that it's designed for. And not only do you start affecting the efficiency of the motor, because they're not designed to run down at that slow speed. They need air movement past the motor to keep the temperature right, and the efficiency that you might have on that motor is greatly reduced once you start changing the speed. So it's important to get the right advice if you're looking at going that way.